Hey y'all, it's Chloe and we're back with another video. You guys, Ready to Love Season 9, Episode 6. The women are standing on business, okay? We're getting these men up out of here. They gotta go, they gotta go, they gotta go. So, I'm happy with who we're home this week, and we're gonna get into it. But before we do, I need you guys to do me a favor. If this is your first time here, sit back, relax, watch the video through. And if you like what you see and like what you hear, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you're one of my lovely members or subscribers, hey y'all, how y'all doing? So let's just go ahead and get into it. So we pick up where we left off. Koshia, Mika at the bottom. Koshia said that she feel like Willie and Alexis are the source of all the drama. And I believe it. Okay, I definitely believe that they are the source of all the drama. And we got to get both of them up out of here. But they end up sending Koshia home. I kind of figured it would be Koshia, but mathematically, by like connection-wise, I was thinking it may have been Mika. But Koshia went home. So now all the women meet up at Tommy's Lounge, and it's time to discuss negotiables, okay? What's your non-negotiable? What are you not budging on? What are you standing on business on, okay? Mika said that she's not changing her approach to nothing, okay? Either the man gonna get with it or they gonna get lost. It just is what it is. So Rashina and Justin end up going on a date, and they go salsa dancing. Now, Justin looked like he's struggling a little bit. Rashina looked like she was trying or whatnot, okay? But overall, the dancing turned out decent. Can I say, can we normalize not going dancing on the first date? Because I don't need y'all to know I ain't got no rhythm, okay? I mean, I need like maybe 4 dates in before you try to take me out dancing. Because what you're not about to do is embarrass me like that, okay? But overall, it seemed like they was hitting it off. So Justin asked her what's her non-negotiables. And she said communication is a non-negotiable for her because closed mouths don't get fed. He said, well, you don't have to worry about that because my mouth will always be open. Oh, really? Talk your ish then. Shoot. He said that he feels very comfortable being vulnerable with her. And she said that she loves that he's vulnerable and he's definitely climbing his way up the ladder to being one of her strongest connections. So Alexis and Chaz go out because she wants to see how strong of a connection they have. He says that he wants to get to know her and understand the woman that she is. And the first thing that she asked him was about Koshia. How did you feel about Koshia going home? Alexis, that's none of your business. Leave it alone. The girl's not here anymore and you're still bringing her up. She must have a condo in your head. Literally. Chad says that he felt bad because she had just started being vulnerable. And she's like, well, honestly, I don't really care. I don't really care because in the lounge, me and her kind of got into it. And that's what I mean. What happens in the lounge stays in the lounge. But you don't seem to understand that. Talking about it got extremely heated. So then she asked him about his non-negotiables. He says cheating. Cheating is one of them. I think that should be everybody's non-negotiable. Cheating, okay? Hers is loyalty. Falls under the same bracket, cool to me. I guess they was hitting it off or whatever the case may be. She said the chemistry was so intense. Okay, you could cut it with a knife. It was thick. It was real thick in the air, okay? She wanted him to kiss her. He said he thought about kissing her, but you know, he got a lot of connections and he not about to be out here just kissing on everybody. I said, I know that's right, Chaz. It's still COVID out here. Don't do it, sir. Don't do it. Patrice, Alonzo, William, and Vanessa go on a date. Patrice set this date up because she wants to see if these two men are going to fight for her because those are her strongest connections. And I'm sitting here like, that's my girl. That's my girl. But, Patrice, why would you bring Vanessa to sit there and look like the fourth wheel in the whole thing? Why, girl? Because now you're going to have her just sitting there looking out of place the way she did. Because these men essentially are your top connections and you just brought her along for fun. I don't know how I felt about that, but we did get to clarify some things, so I'm glad that Vanessa was there. Alonzo just gonna have to be hungry because homeboy can't eat with the chopsticks. They didn't have a fork, a spoon, or nothing, child. You better ask them for a regular fork and stop playing to eat that food. Vanessa's trying to figure out why she's here. And that's what we all was trying to figure out because, like I said, you brought her there for moral support, it felt like at this point. Alonzo asked the women, do they believe in love at first sight? And Vanessa said that she believes that men can fall in love at first sight, but not necessarily women. I had to sit back and think about it. And when I thought about it, it definitely makes sense. Yes, men can, because they do say that when a man knows, he knows. And when he says he found his wife, he finds his wife. So I really do feel like most men, when they meet that person, they know that's their person. It's the women that got to go through the ups and downs and the round and rounds. But once you get a woman, I will say this, once you get a woman, you got her. You definitely got her. That's the difference between men and women. Alonzo says it definitely could happen, especially if the guy sees what he wants and he's not going to stop until he gets it. So he basically told Patrice that he was being direct. So basically, if you're picking up what I'm putting down, then it's for you. That's what he was trying to tell her. I'm sitting here thinking to myself, are you trying to tell Patrice that you in love with her, that you fell in love with her at first sight? I can't really take Alonzo serious. So this whole, love at first sight just seems very misplaced to me. So Patrice asked him about their non-negotiables, and Alonzo said that he don't really have none because he could put up with everything. And I'm thinking to myself, so you don't have no boundaries? You don't have no expectations? Sir, stop lying. You cannot put up with everything. And that's probably why you can't have a successful relationship, because you don't set no boundaries or expectations. William said that he wants someone who's nice, warm-spirited, understanding of his responsibilities to his sons. This is when I realized that William has 3 kids. And I didn't know that he had 3 kids. And I'm sitting here like, when did I miss that William had 3 kids? But y'all know, men having 3 kids is different than women having 3 kids. Because 9 times out of 10, most of the time, the kids are with the woman versus with the father. So it impacts the woman more than it impacts the men. He also mentioned that fitness is very important to him because he likes to work out. Nessa's over there like, nope, not gonna work for me because I have kids, I have things to do. And being in the gym is just not top priority in my household. And if that's something that you won't want to do all the time, then you won't fit in my household. Girl, just say you don't like that man. Just say you don't like that man, okay? Anyway, he takes this as an opportunity to tell her that he's been texting her and she hasn't been answering. So she's like, when you been texting me? You ain't been texting me. And he's like, I definitely been texting you. Definitely been texting you. He pulls out the phone and he's showing her the text messages. Now, William, I know you're a man of a particular age, but baby, if the text message is not sending, then something's wrong with the number. Because when she looked at the number, she was like, there's a 4 supposed to be there. Like, you're missing a whole number. Sir, when did the little exclamation mark point or the unsend or the little message that says can't send or something pop up at the bottom, you didn't think maybe I got the wrong number? Maybe that's why she's not responding? Help me help you make sense of all of this. I don't know, y'all. That just seems strange to me. Vanessa feels like it's too late anyway because she don't want nothing to do with him. And at this point, I really feel like he need to just focus on the connections he had because Vanessa is obviously not one of them. Mika and Dominique go on another date. And I'm confused as to why they keep going on dates because didn't we already establish that he friend-zoned her? Didn't he already say that he don't see her romantically or anything like that? So why are we on a date again? And then they sitting there talking and they're talking about the non-negotiables. And they talking about the things that, they want out of a relationship. And he brings up again the fact that he wants kids and she doesn't. She tries to then rephrase it and say, I just haven't met a man that made me want to have kids, but if I like him enough, then maybe I'll have kids for him. And I'm just sitting here like, no, girl, that's not how we do. We don't have kids for people. Either you want kids or you don't want kids, okay? Because at the end of the day, if something was to happen to that man or that man decided that he didn't want to be there no more, do you want these kids? So I feel like she's just saying the right thing to kind of stay on the show or to have a vote of some sort. Because I don't see how we still beating this dead horse. I just don't see why we're doing it. Justin and Maya go on a date and he's thinking about the twerk session from the pajama jam, okay? When she was throwing that in the circle, throwing it back and busting open and whatnot. So as they sit down and they start talking or whatever, they really start to have a really nice conversation. He's talking about the kids in his class and things like that. And then they get on a conversation of the non-negotiables. And she says she wants someone who's family orientated. And he asked her, do you have kids? And she was like, no. And she was like, do you want kids? And he was like, yes, I want kids. And I was like, ding, 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 ding. I knew it. This is the first time Justin has said out of his mouth, yes, I want kids. He always goes into this thing where it's like, oh, I've kind of made up my mind that I may never have kids. Yeah, whatever. Yes, he wants kids. And the fact that he said knowing that Maya has no kids is a green flag for him. And he was just so excited. I told y'all that if that man was to go with anyone who said they don't want kids anymore, just because he was going to be settling. And the stepfather will not be enough for him. Okay, that will not fill the void of not having his own children. So I was very happy that he realized that there are women out there who don't have kids. So he don't have to settle for one who does. He took this time to ask her who was her strongest connection. And she said William. And he was like, with the 3 kids? And I was like, yeah, I know. Now I'm sitting here thinking with the 3 kids too. Child, when did William get 3 kids and why I'm just not finding out about it? Somebody help me. Let me know. But Maya says she really is a little bit intrigued with Justin now that they got to know each other. So she likes him. So far, so good. I think Justin's blending very well with the women. And it may be because he may just be saying all the right things to the right people. I don't know. Something about Justin does not feel genuine, especially when it comes to these daggone kids talking. You know, I feel like he's just trying to get in where he fit in because he came late. So Rashina is going out with Willie and Jonathan. And I'm like, that's what you were supposed to do, Patrice. Go out with just your two men. Don't bring along a fourth wheel. But anyway, she brings Jonathan and Willie because she wants to really get to know them. But I will say that Willie and Jonathan both look like they don't want to be there. Jonathan more than Willie, but ultimately they both look like they don't want to be there at all. At all? At all. The lady starts with the sound bowl right in Jonathan's ear, and that kind of annoys him a little bit. He claims that, you know, he understands what the purpose is for, so it is what it is. But you could just tell that his energy was off. He didn't want to be there. And I'm trying to figure out, what are you hiding, Jonathan? What are you hiding? Someone that closed off and so private come on a reality TV show for what? Jonathan makes no sense to me. His reason for being here makes no sense for me. So they start talking about their non-negotiables, and Will says that a non-negotiable for him is faith in God. And I was like, I know that's right. He said he's not perfect. He's not perfect. He likes his Hennessy, but faith in God is not negotiable. I said, I know that's right, because we all sinners and fall short of the glory of God, okay? But we are believers over here. I'm finished trying to figure out what his non-negotiables are. And I'm like, sir, you might as well just say what Alonzo said. You ain't got none. You could put up with anything. Because for you to sit there and say smoking, which I could definitely understand is a non-negotiable. But when you ask that girl if she could change oil, talking about something that's a non-negotiable, I wanted to get up and literally pull you through my TV and slap some sense into you. Because as a man, you shouldn't even be expecting your woman to change no oil. I'm just saying, I'm a girl who loves a manly man, okay? You need to be able to change a tire, some oil, fix the door, do some handiwork, okay? If you can't do that, you're not for me. And it's the audacity for me. Don't ever ask no woman, can she change some oil? I don't know. Maybe call it what you want to call it, but I didn't like it. And if you don't want to be there, then just not be there. He got up and dismissed himself because we knew he didn't want to be there. Why is he even here? I could not for the life of me put it in my mind the purpose for Jonathan being here. You don't want to open up. You don't want to be transparent. You don't want to talk about your past. You don't want to do the process, but you expect people to keep you in the process. He feels as though because he doesn't really see it for her or doesn't really have a connection with her, he don't want to waste his time entertaining her. Sir, but that's part of the show. You don't even have to like her like that to be nice to her. You don't even have to like her like that to engage in conversation. Just because you don't see it of a future or relationship with her does not mean you can't have a regular ass conversation. What about you not saying your non-negotiables to her is going to happen? What's going to happen? I need to know. Is the world going to shut down? Is she going to use it against you? Is she going to throw it in your face? Is she going to curse you out about it? What is it? That you have to be so private about your non-negotiables. It don't even make sense to me at this point. So when Jonathan left, Willie decided that this was his moment to drill Rashina. And I was like, what is really happening? I don't know. Willie gets under my skin so bad. So bad. So then he asked her who she was connecting with least. And the only reason I could think of him asking that was because he wanted to make sure that he wasn't on the bottom. He could care less whether or not she wanted to continue to date him, having a good time on his date or not. He just wanted to make sure that he wasn't in her bottom, because then that means that he was potentially going to have a vote to go home. I am sick of these men. When I tell you that the women got it right, the women got it right this episode. So the ladies meet back up in Tommy's lounge, okay? And Alexis, I'm just expecting the same mean girl energy as last week, but I'm not going to back down. I'm not going to let them gang up against me. Alexis, shut up. Shut up, okay? Because you full of SHIT. Learn to shut up. That's the biggest thing I think you need to take away from this whole thing, is learn when to keep your mouth closed and stop running it, okay? Tommy asked them about their dates and how everything went. So Rashida talks about how Justin moved up moved up on her connection list, okay? Maya talks about how she's looking forward to more dates with Justin because they had a good time. Mika feels like Dominique only reached out to her when it's time for eliminations, because if you was really feeling me how you said you was feeling me, then you would reach out to me instead of waiting for eliminations. Because, girl, he friend zoned you. He friend zoned you. He has no intentions on pursuing a relationship with you. It's just to stay here, okay? So he's going to do what he needs to do at the time that it needs to be done. Patrice says that she's confused by Alonzo, and I'm sitting here like, aren't we all? Aren't we all? Because I don't really know who's Alonzo really kicking it with on a real deep, intimate connection. Even though he claims it's Patrice, I just feel like she feels like he plays a lot or he clowns a lot. So I don't even think she's taking him as serious as he's taking her. Alexis says that her date with Chaz was so good, okay? And that they almost kissed each other, but they didn't. And Mika was like, that's what I'm saying. Like, keep some things to yourself. Stop running your mouth. Almost doesn't count. And it really made me upset because what was your purpose, Alexis? What was you trying to prove to the women? That Chaz wants you? That y'all was about to be making out? What you wanted to show that you had one up on whoever else he was dating? Like, what was the purpose? You and Willie sit up in that bed and y'all talk about all types of stuff and who said what and who did this and this, that, and the other. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But I will say Patrice was wrong for assuming that you mentioned her name to Willie because we saw that you didn't. I think you did, though. I think you did, but we saw that you didn't. I think you did, and he was just playing it off. But we saw that you didn't say anything, so I'm gonna have to take it for what it is. But you definitely be going to tell what happens in that ladies' lounge because we saw you do it with Chaz. I'm gonna need you to be quiet. Be quiet or go home next. Because obviously it's not a safe space whenever you're around because you and Willie be sitting there gossiping just like Coach Tia said y'all be doing. And just like I believe you're the one when LaRon did his interview with Little Black Book who went back and said that Koshia said that the men are actors and she don't know if she could trust LaRon. I believe that you was one of the girls going back and telling that. I don't know. Something about that daggone Alexis is rubbing me wrong. Although she had a point because from what we saw, she did not say anything. She did not mention Patrice's name. But I cannot believe that she's not running her mouth. Because I seen her do it with Chaz this episode. And it irked me. You talking about a girl who's not even there anymore. After Tommy gets the ladies together and tell them everybody got to go through their own process again. Because this is something that we have to announce every week in the ladies lounge. That you have to go through your process and stop trying to mix other people's processes in your process. And that's how it get messy. Alexis, which is why you need to stop trying to tell people your business. He pulls out a ball and he was like, what's this? And it was like a baseball. And he was like, I got a curveball for you. 2 of these men are going home tonight. And I was like, yes, okay. Now, I was really hoping that they would have saved both women. But I'll take it if you send both the men home. I'll take it. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. So after Tommy asks them who they not feeling, we kind of get down to the bottom of it just being William, Willie, and Jonathan. I'm sitting here like, I already know who going home. I don't need to watch this anymore to know that William is staying. Because Jonathan literally sexually assaulted Alexis last week. And Willie is a gossiper. Okay? So I already knew that them two was going home. So when the ladies took them out to talk to them, Vanessa tells Willie that the ladies think you're a chatty patty. Because you are. Because you are. Maya tells William that some of the ladies get friend vibes from him. And that, you know, his non-negotiables just don't align with theirs. That's just Vanessa. Vanessa don't want that man, okay? I don't think it even have anything with that man working out. I just think she don't want that man. So when Alexis talked to Jonathan, he apologized again to her. Then she tells him that the women feel like he's not opening up and that it still may be something to his past relationship. And it is. And I guarantee you it is. I think I need to find Jonathan's Instagram. What do y'all think I'll find if I find Jonathan's Instagram? Y'all think I'll find him his baby mama or a girlfriend or somebody? Because something about him is just too closed off for me. Something about it is like, open up a little bit. We don't know nothing, barely anything about Jonathan, except for he used to be married. And I forgot to add how Alexis never mentioned one time about how she felt and what she said in the ladies' lounge about the way he handled her at the pajama jam. But she made it very clear to mention what everybody else said about him. I can't stand that girl. So ultimately, they end up choosing Jonathan and Willie. And I was like, no complaints here. None whatsoever. Y'all know who next, though? Y'all know who gotta be next? LaRon. LaRon gotta be next, y'all. He got to be. Okay. So I'm looking forward to the rest of the season and see what they're about to do next week. All that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Don't forget to like the video. Comment down below. Let me know what you think about the episode. Drop me some yellow hearts. Let me know you was here. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. We so close to 8,000. So close to 8,000. And I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.